Okay, welcome, welcome. This is Coach Toyin. You're in for a treat today. Before I get started, let me first give you your assignments, okay? So, what I want you to do is complete this lesson, but you're going to jump over into the human design sessions and you're going to complete the 7 classes there. Trust me, this class is built on that. Then you're going to return to the advanced sales and marketing training room and then take on the bonus classes there. When you finish that, I want you to come back to this class and access it and watch it and complete it all over again. So, this is what I believe is that when you watch this the first time, it's almost going to serve in your mind as an introduction. Okay. And then as you embark on the journey of going deeper into the human design classes and the advanced sales classes, you're going to pick up new skills and you're going to expand your consciousness and your competency. And the next time you come back to this class, you're going to see and be able to unlock more gems. Okay. So you're going to access this class twice. Now, and then after you complete the entire lessons, you're going to come back again and you're going to trust me. You're going to gain more insight. Usually my students tell me they listen to 3, 4 times because every time you expose yourself to this type of resource, you're going to extract new meaning. It's quite fascinating. Okay. So let's get started. Welcome to the high impact sales method. This is quite comprehensive. This is quite advanced. It's a game changer because traditional sales methods focuses on product and services, and I understand that. But here we're focusing on impact, transformation, and results. Okay, because your ability to convey, to touch the hearts and minds of people, to transform them, whether they are thinking, their mindset, their belief system, because ultimately you want to change behavior, you want to shift behavior, you want people to take action, you want people to think differently about specific things, right? Because at the end of the day, for you to sell, people have to move, they have to be moved into, yeah, your direction, towards your direction. So this will increase your ability to motivate people, inspire people, activate people, right? To pay attention and to be transformed because impact and transformation generate lasting results. Most of the things people are doing out there, they're not memorable, they're not impactful, they're not transformational. And so people keep coming back and, all over again. And nothing is changing for those people. So, but the work that we do is about lasting results, lasting impact, transformational results. And this is really the secret of why people keep saying, Toyin, we're coming back, we're coming back, we're coming back. Okay. When you do this work, you're going to build lasting relationships as well with your partners, with your vendors, with your buyers, with your clients, with your customers, with all of the stakeholders that's going to help you grow your influence, your power, and wealth. Okay? And you do need the three because there's a relationship between influence, power, and wealth, right? Power, your ability, okay, to achieve results. Okay, you need that because that's what helps you grow influence. As you use your power, as you grow your power, you grow your knowledge. They say knowledge is power. This knowledge will empower you, give you more abilities, okay, to influence people. And the more you can influence people, the more wealth you can build. So there is a relationship there. Okay. So again, traditional sales methods typically we focus on I want to sell you a product and service. Now we're moving into I want to deliver impact, transformation, and tangible results, right? For my clients, for my partners, for the stakeholders we want to serve. So it has a service oriented mindset. The other thing that is quite different is that I challenge you to take on more of a facilitator role, right? See yourself as a facilitator and an activator of dreams, hopes, and aspirations. So, for example, you need to understand that your prospects, your potential clients, customers, partners, anyone that you want to deepen relationship with, okay, and convert, right, is that Ultimately, they have their own hopes, their own dreams, their own aspirations. On their journey, they might encounter obstacles, they might encounter barriers, they might encounter limitations, doubts, fears as they're trying to pursue, as they're trying to achieve. Okay? Our job, okay, what I'm teaching you today is that when you see yourself as a facilitator, a connector, an activator that helps them remove barriers, okay, remove doubts, remove obstacles on their own journey, and also offer them stepping stones, right? Things that elevate them, takes them to greater heights. This is where impact lives in. It's not just about, oh, my product, my service. Listen, that's not what people are looking for. People are looking to change their lives. People are looking to go higher. People are looking for progress. People are looking to achieve greater outcomes for themselves. And trust me, whether I'm working with a government stakeholder, government leader, business owner, startup founder, the size of the dreams may be different. Definitely, right? Absolutely. The size of the dream is different. Also, the size of the impact, right, that they will appreciate will be different as well. So, an ambassador, the level of impact that would move him to attend any of my summits is different from a startup founder joining any of my sessions, or a business owner coming to my show or my classes or my workshops. The level of impact must match the level of aspiration, dreams, as right hopes is that stakeholders, world leaders, right, they're having greater impact. And so my ability to support them, right, at that level of transformation is also what we look into. So, depending on the stakeholder you want to influence, okay, the stakeholder you want to serve, be aware that the size of the dreams look different. A startup founder might be looking for entrepreneurship classes to say, listen, I just want to learn how to brand, market, sell. Okay. A business owner might be looking to scale and go international. An ambassador is looking for economic development connectivity to trade financing institutions, to other government stakeholders, to form partnership collaboration. And listen, we've done that where our platforms have connected business, government stakeholders that have resulted in multi-million dollar deals. But in all cases, I choose to take on, right? I take on a facilitator, an enabler, and an activator. I create platforms, experiences, right? Platforms, experiences, places, right? Bringing people together, whether on my TV show, my summits, my classes, my schools. Everything is to serve as a launch pad for helping my stakeholders, those who come on my platforms, those who attend my events, those who take my classes, just as this one, to unlock greater results in their life, right? To enable them, to activate them, to give them the tools, to connect them to the people that they need for the greater things they want to achieve. So I'm sharing this so that for you as well, you need to change your mindset from I want to sell a product and a service, right? To I want to drive results. I want to impact the lives of my stakeholders. I want to deliver a certain type of transformation that is lasting, that is memorable, that moves their heart and their mind. Because part of this training involves understanding the power of emotions. Okay? The before, during, after. When they experience our work, when they experience you, how do you make them feel? What decisions do they make? What actions are they going to take? How do they behave after they've experienced any of your programs? Okay, so we're going to go there today. So, first of all, I want you to shift your mindset from, oh, I have a product and a service that I want to sell. Move yourself into a higher level of thinking of impact, transformation, result. That's the core, okay, upon which the high impact sales method is designed. We're talking about impact at all levels, right? So, whether I'm talking to startups, right? They're struggling. They're trying to put their programs together, their business together. They're trying to build. They're trying to structure it. I'm an enabler. I'm giving them the tools, the training, the classes, the support that they need. Whether I'm engaging with ambassadors that are talking about trade policies, international trade development, attracting investors, investment promotion, export promotion. I take on a facilitator role to say, okay, how can I unlock, right, greater impact, transformation, and results for them within that landscape? And so we have different platforms, different solutions that unlock these types of results for different type of stakeholders. So this is applicable. You can apply it to your different types of stakeholder, but always think about what are their dreams, what are their hopes, what are their aspirations, and what's standing in their way, and how can you help them bridge it? How can you move them closer to whatever it is they're trying to achieve? This is the service orientation. It's not about me, it's about you, and looking at my portfolio of resources and seeing which one can help you unlock the results you want faster. So there's personalization also baked in here. Okay, good. So let's go deeper now. Okay, so you're going to remove barriers and you're going to put stepping stones, helping people, right, achieve greater results. Programs, platforms, resources, insights, solutions that can elevate people a little bit more, right? That when they experience you, they even know that their lives has changed because they encountered your work. So let's see this model. Again, I want you to finish this session the first time and then go deeper into the human design. You will better understand this page when you come back to it the second time. And if you've already taken the classes, then you understand what I'm talking about here. So, from the human design and the EQ spirituality class, realize that we are human. There's human to human, H to H. This is the era of H to H, human to human engagement. You're selling to humans just like you. The more you understand your design, how we make decisions, what influences behavior, why we do the things that we do, why we think the way we think, what we believe, the more you understand that, which is why the H human design class is important. The more you understand what motivates people, what makes people do those things, okay, the more you can support them in an impactful way. And when I say impact, it's when you are able to touch the hearts and the minds of people. When you make them feel positive emotions and you help them think positivity, right? You unlock positivity because doubts, fears, and limitations results in negative state of being. If someone is trying to achieve something and they're not able to achieve it, there's frustration, right? And right they're in a state. And the impact is your ability to shift them from a place of struggling to freedom. And this is why they would ascribe to you, okay, the reward of you did this for me. You made me feel better. You made me achieve greater. When you are able to bring joy, when somebody has an aspiration to connect with an ambassador or connect with a mayor or connect with, right? Or do this or get promoted or grow their business or grow sales, right? Or achieve better results in their business. When that is something, a goal people have in their heart and they hold in their mind as an achievement they want to unlock, say for this year, I want to do ABC, and you come along and say, you know what, that goal, I can help you achieve it better, faster. You just follow. And this is where leadership also comes in. Okay. So let's go into some Toyin definition, Coach Toyin definitions. Very, very deep. Okay. I packed a lot. These are not dictionary explanations or definition. This is my explanation through the lens of the work that I do, working with people hands on, right, in a deep way. And the classes are really, really deep. Okay. This is how I'm going to explain this thing, and it's a game changer. Each of the definitions will enlighten you. Okay? So let's go deeper. So when I talk about thoughts, right? Because after this page, you're going to do some more hands-on work. Because if I ask you, what are your prospects thinking about? What thoughts are in their mind? Right? Because you're going to shift thoughts. You're going to shift everything I'm about to explain so that you understand where your impact focus areas are. You're going to infuse new thoughts. Okay, for you to drive impact, you need to know how people are thinking today and how they will be thinking tomorrow, right? So when I say thoughts, let's break it down. These are my definitions. Again, towing definitions. Thoughts are ideas, goals, visions, explorations, possibilities, directions, missions, visions, fascinations, imaginations, okay, that are tied to the past, present, or future achievements, right? And they occur in the human mind. Thoughts pop into our mind consciously. They're conscious thoughts, they're subconscious thoughts. Okay? When people have ideas, they're thinking about their ideas, they're thinking about their goals, they're exploring, what should I do today? What should I eat? Wondering, right? Possibilities, what can I achieve today? My to-do list, what's possible for me, what's not? Where do I go? Direction, how do I go from where here to there? Instructions, missions, visions, fascinations, imaginations. These are all kinds of thoughts flowing through the human mind that from time to time, minute to minute, second to second, people are exploring. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I see this person? Can I do right? Can I build a business? Can I go here? How do I connect more with US? How do I connect more with this stakeholder? How do I find a buyer? How do I find a seller? How do I get promoted? How right? What's these thoughts are explorations in the human mind. Every human, right, have a very romantic relationship with thoughts. Thoughts are flowing everywhere. They're real, right? And part of influence, okay, is our ability to introduce new thoughts, to add on new thoughts to the existing thoughts. For example, this class is me contributing to your collection of thoughts. Okay? So your thoughts database expands because you are experiencing this session. Okay? So think about the thought database. When you expand consciousness, we introduce new thoughts. And now with the new thoughts, you can create new realities. Okay? Thoughts allow us to paint better pictures of life. If you have limited thoughts, re- think about an artist, all you have is red, yellow, green. That's all you can play with. But when you want to paint better pictures out of life, you want more complexity, beautiful things out of life, you want to manifest bigger dreams, you have to enrich the way you think. You have to introduce yourself to new thoughts. And so thoughts elevate us. So if you can impact people's life simply by exposing them to thoughts that take them to higher realms of existence. That's impact. Okay? If you can deliver a new way of thinking that people go, I didn't see it that way before. Wow, you've exposed my mind to new concepts. Now I can take in more colors. Now I can use that new insight to manifest a bigger dream. This class will do that for you. Absolutely. When the mind is elevated to higher ways of thinking, of being, you will have a different perspective of life that is richer, that is more powerful, that is more influential. Think about that. So, your ability to contribute insights to your prospects, send them a newsletter, for example. When you talk about newsletters, your ability to capture new thoughts and deliver it into their inbox. Someone said, oh, people are not reading newsletter. I tell you, it's because people are sending thoughts that are not impactful, not transformational, not yielding any result. And so it ends up in the trash can. I will delete those things as well. But trust me, the reason people don't delete certain types of resources packed in newsletters is because those thoughts are impactful, they are illuminating, they are insightful. right? And so if you become someone that consistently delivers impactful thoughts, new ways of thinking that helps people become more professionals, right? Enlighten them, illuminate them in the industry, what is going on in the industry, right? You are the go to resource that helps them see new things they don't know, right? Illuminate them, expand their thoughts, enrich them, educate them, inspire them, motivate them. Their mind will fall in love with you because it's like you're delivering to them delicious food because the mind digests, right, information and makes meaning out of it. And this is what people build their life out of. Okay? You can only build your life out of thoughts. And so if you don't have a way of thinking that enriches you, some people have bad thoughts, they create bad realities. I'm talking about positive thoughts, a sense of possibility where people can imagine greatness. They can imagine beautiful things. They can imagine wealth. They can imagine being influential. They can imagine being more powerful. They can imagine building. Listen, if you can help people imagine, elevate their mind into a sense of realm of possibility, listen, you've delivered incredible impact for them. Incredible impact. This is valuable because they are never going to unsee that imagination of the greater version of themselves. And so when we send invitations and say, come and participate in my class, come and be on my TV show, is that the thoughts that we are sharing in those rooms, they are exclusive. People who do not show up do not benefit. That's it. People who do not show up in the rooms where rich thoughts, ideas, imaginations, resources are being exchanged mind to mind, right? Human mind sharing thoughts is that there are spaces that share low value thoughts. There are places that share high value thoughts. And so those people will continue to create higher value impacts in the world, right? So choose wisely the thoughts you're exposing yourself to and also the ones you're delivering and sharing with your prospects. Okay, mindset. Mindset is quite fascinating. Okay, they are built on thoughts. Okay, but they are an imprint based on decisions. Okay, and conclusions stored in the conscious mind. So thoughts, when you expose someone to new thoughts, right, it's not all the thoughts we expose ourselves to that we build memory out of. People walk away from experiences picking the stories they want to carry into their future. So think about it as a buffet. You can serve a buffet of thoughts and ideas and imaginations and a sense of possibilities, and right, you can present a buffet, but humans will come in with their plates. Some who are hungry, they would bring a bigger plate. Some who are just a little bit hungry, they will take a small plate. So people have desires, hopes, dreams, and aspirations. When I host events, you see that the people, what they walk away with is based on their own desires because we are serving a buffet. Ambassadors will come, walk away with incredible things, right? I remember 2019, there's a bank, two banks came in and they walked away with those relationships that resulted in over $200 million of MOU deal between them. It's the same platform that is serving a buffet of opportunities. But people come in with a teaspoon or a cup of appetite. That's all they scoop from the buffet, and that's what they go home with. So think about mindset as when people experience life, okay, what are they choosing as important? Okay, and what decisions are they making and what conclusions are they arriving at? All of this is now stored in the subconscious mind, and this subconscious mind becomes the operating manual, the operating system. It's invisible but powerful because this mindset now is what guides behaviors and actions. right? Automatic behaviors, right? Like if it is conscious, right now, whatever you are thinking consciously, you're still exploring it. But when you walk away, right, and you decide this is useful, this is not, I like this, I don't like this, I'm going to consider this, I'm good, right? When you take notes, whatever notes you are walking away with, right? The speaker may be saying everything, I'm speaking everything. The notes you are taking, this is the one that when you sleep at night, your mind will store and file in a more permanent way. And that information is programmed in you and it will create manifestation. So there are many thoughts in the that set in people that would be from past decisions, right? 5 years ago, what they decided, I'm going to go to school. Okay. And so they set out on that path and their mind guided them to achieve goals. Sometimes those mindset needs to be reset. For example, if somebody is going from employee to entrepreneur, if your mind is set to be thinking and behaving as an employee, if you don't reset it and reprogram it with new thoughts that support success in entrepreneurship, many people get stuck still behaving as employees because the mindset programming was set over years by decisions that influences behaviors, how they behave, the way they speak, actions that they take was framed, right, by past decisions. So when we make new decisions, our mindset changes. This is the power of decisions. So your ability to help your clients, prospect, partners make new decisions is great impact. Deciding to enroll in this class will change your mindset. So our ability to influence people and challenge them to start making new decisions is a gift into their life, because once people start making new decisions, you unlock new things because now your brain has to override old decisions. If there are two decisions, the old one says you're an employee, the new one says you're an entrepreneur, the new one would erase, will start cleaning out. Unlearn, relearn. The act of unlearning and relearning is tied to decision making. New decisions must be made. And so when people don't make decisions, even though they expose their mind to all kinds of information, those thoughts are just there. If you don't make decisions, if you don't change, if you don't take note and say, okay, I used to do this and now I want to be able to do this. If humans don't make that conscious effort to choose something new, the old mindset will eject new thoughts because the mind is closed. When mindset is closed, even though new thoughts are coming, download, right? Come to class, do this, that mindset will be kicking it out because it doesn't consider that new information as important. But once you say, I want to change, and I'm ready to make new decisions, the mind opens and now can take in new thoughts and can replace old thoughts. And now behavior can change. So think about that. When you want to impact people, don't just share information. This is when you challenge people to make new decisions. This is when you ask them, do you want this type of results? Then do this. Think about this. Have you considered that? You have to influence people to do something they've not done before, to explore places they've never been to before, to read a book they've never read before, to expose themselves to new insight, and then challenge them to say, now that you've been exposed to these new thoughts, what are you going to do differently? So when we get people to do things differently, you deliver great impact to their life and it's lasting. Because the moment mindset can be adjusted even a little bit, they will wake up tomorrow morning a different person. Now let's move into beliefs. thoughts held in the heart with energy, they hold the force for creativity, productivity, right? Attractions and manifestation, and they are powered by the strength of desire, intentionality, and urgency, and they are used to shape identity and personality. It's a lot. I know I just shared a lot. But in the human design classes and previous classes, one of the things that I explain is the heart of man, the mind body connection, and the heart is the resource, energy resource allocation, and the mind, okay, is the information processing, right? System. So when the heart desires transformation, the heart desires, okay, longs for, hungers, okay, that instruction is presented to the mind. What do you want to eat for dinner? The heart will decide. You know, sometimes you say, I don't know. I don't know means it hasn't entered your mind. Your heart hasn't decided and has not given instruction and resource to the mind. So when you don't know, it's because you need to think, and thinking is listening to your heart. When the mind tunes in to listen and comprehend to what's going on in the heart, that's part of thinking. So the heart is the seat of desire. And so when it says, I want to eat spaghetti, now the mind consciously understands, okay, spaghetti. But guess what? That's not the end. The mind then says, okay, what does it take to create what the heart wants? You need tomatoes, spaghetti, right? So the mind starts searching because it's about to manifest. The mind is given to us to manifest the desires of our hearts. So it's searching. Do we have this? Do we have that? Do we have this? Do we have this? If the mind encounters an obstacle, you don't have tomatoes, it will attempt to say, okay, can I still cook it without tomatoes? If the answer is no, then it says, goes to the heart. We don't have tomatoes. We need to go and buy tomatoes. Are you willing to invest energy? Do you still want this? If you still want it, then we need money, we need resources to go get it. The heart can say yes or no. The heart can change its mind and say, okay, mind, if we cannot get spaghetti because we don't have tomatoes, what else can we get? I can settle for rice, because the heart is not willing to get up, invest more energy, and do the work. The reason I'm explaining this is the heart of what determines what people pay for and what people don't pay for. If the heart does not release energy and expand desire, trust me, people are not going to invest cash, because cash, money, is used in the fulfillment of the heart's desire. The heart is the one that gives approval for which money will be spent, what time will be spent, how much energy will be invested in anything. So when you don't touch the hearts and minds of people, when you don't get them to open up their hearts, when you don't get them to trust you, to open up, nothing flows from that heart. A closed heart does not spend, because people can choose to hold their resources, all their time, all their resources, all their money. And yet, they are telling the mind, go and cook me spaghetti. This is part of the frustration many people face. They are, they are insisting the mind to produce for them what they are unwilling to invest energy and resources in. That's why many people are stuck. That's why many people are stuck. They say they want success, but when it is time to invest to gain success, the heart is closed. And part of what closes the heart is fear, doubt, and a sense of limitation. When people don't feel like, oh, limited time, limited resources, they close the heart, and yet they are telling the mind to perform a result The mind also gets frustrated. How can you tell me to do this when you're not releasing resources? This is the internal battle many people have to reconcile. The reason I'm sharing this to this level of detail is that part of impact that you can deliver for your prospect, if they are stuck, if you're trying to sell and offer them transformation, and you can see, right, objections. This is what really creates objections in sales, right? Fears, doubts, limitations is lack of clarity, is lack of consciousness of the greater results that they will get when they open their heart. So it's a symptom of a closed heart. When people have their hearts closed, no matter what they're saying, you're showing them, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, they are not moved. You are presenting this, you're presenting that, you're presenting this. They're like, no, why? Because there's fear, there's doubt, there's a limitation. They feel they don't have money. They feel like what they're holding is like a bird in the hand, right? It's like their conditions. They want to stay in survival mode versus opening their heart to explore. This is why you have to go into the belief of people. What's making them behave that way? What do they believe? And part of what they believe could be a frame of thoughts that is making them afraid, making them doubt, and making them feel limited. So part of manifestation, part of the work you can do is when you unlock belief system that actually cripples people from opening their hearts, from trusting, okay, is that you actually have to do extra work to eliminate fears, eliminate doubts, right? Remove limitations so that their hearts can move from survival mode and they can have an emotional release, right? Because people who buy, right? They buy, right? Because their heart is open to what is being presented. Your heart has to be open to achieving greater results. You have to believe again positively about something better. Because if someone is presenting an offer, right, that says you can be this, you can be influential, you can be powerful, join this, only those who believe it, only those who open their hearts, right, and open it in a sense and have a sense of possibility and activate desire will move in that direction, will release energy to the mind to say, let's go get that. Let's go. Let's attend. Right? So the heart is the one that gives permission for the mind to spend money, time, and resources. You see why this human design is so important. So when you feel like people are not moving, people are not responding, you need to start asking, what are they afraid of? Are they doubting? Are they confused? Or do they have some form of limitation? Because once you understand what those things are, you can address it head on and remove those barriers. And once those things drop off, people's hearts can open and they can then allocate time and prioritize it. So, this is why this is so important. Okay, let's go into emotions. Again, when I explain all of this, then you have your final assignment and we'll close out today. But again, there are so many other things I want you to touch on because they are all interconnected. Let's go into emotions. I covered emotions in detail, hours and hours of training, emotions and feelings. And I'm bringing it out now on this topic. When you want to deliver impact, transformation, result, you have to shift emotions. So, the way I describe emotions, like these are labeled body reactions. These are sensations, reactions in our body generated in the central nervous system. And they are always a reflection and a signal to the types of thoughts people embody. Okay, it's a reaction in the body, right? Is that this is where thoughts becomes reactions, and then we label the different types of reaction. Okay, so when someone is angry, happy, sad, joyful, we label it so that we can all understand and share, use language to explain it. But beneath each of those expressions of emotions is really a chemical composition released in the bloodstream. Okay, and so we are thinking beings and emotional beings, but emotion is a signal of what's going on in the mind. So people who think this way okay, will embody this type of emotions. And people who embody this type of emotion will tend to behave a certain way. Okay? Now think about mindset, right? If a mind's mind is set based on a certain belief system, listen, they will keep repeating the same behavior because the emotions are familiar. Okay? They will be stuck in that familiar circle and they will not move because it takes more courage to break that cycle. It takes more courage to think differently because the moment a new emotion is introduced into your body, it will feel strange and you go, what happened to me? Right? I remember one of my students says, for the first time I felt peace, and peace was like, whoa, I'm not disturbed, I'm calm. Like it, when emotions change, people will know. So if people come in to your programs, when they are leaving, you have the baseline. When they are exiting, you want to deliver high level emotions, joy, happiness, fulfillment, peace, right? Right? So if they have dreams, when people achieve their dreams, if you help them achieve their dreams, you are taking them to an emotional place of well being, happiness, joyful, right? Is that when you deliver impact, that's why I said you activate dreams, hopes, aspiration. When you do that, you're making people feel fulfilled and they will attribute it to you. And this is lasting. This person helped me achieve A, B, C, D. For that, I'm grateful, right? Gratitude comes out of it. Everybody that goes through my program, right, goes through my event, when they exit, they are glad they came. I've not seen anybody that finished the program and say, oh, why did I? No, they are because by design, you finish the class, you are glad you invested in the class. You finish the program, you're glad you came. You come to my TV show, you say, Toyin, thank you. Come to my event, Toyin, thank you. That thank you comes out of, wow, you've delivered, right? High levels of emotion because this was more than I anticipated. This is much more than I thought. And so that elevated emotion is the jackpot. Out of elevated emotion is when you see gratitude. Thank you. That felt good. And at that point, you realize it's not even about money. People will pay you more to go to that higher realms. So consider the emotions you are delivering for people. Right? When they walk through your spaces, right? What emotions, what based on the thoughts in their mind, what's their body? Do they have emotional safety? Are they excited? Are they upbeat? Right? Is that these are the things that creates impact that makes people come again. If you want people to be coming again, is that for every point of introduction into your spaces, into your program, you're taking them to higher levels that they cannot experience anywhere else. So they keep coming, right? They keep coming. Now, feelings, emotions, I split them up. And what I say for feelings now, feelings are more based, they are emotions, they are chemical reactions, but the difference is they are based on decisions generated by the interpretations of pleasant or unpleasant experiences. They are more lasting and they are stored in memory. And it's influenced by beliefs on what is right and wrong, what is desired and undesired. And these are supported by thoughts of the consequences and is fueled by determination feelings. Feelings comes before action. Okay, let me explain. I know this is a mouthful. Like when I go all technical scientific, let me explain what I'm trying to, you know, share with you. When we expose ourselves, we have the five senses. When we experience things, you taste the food. You taste food, tastes good. You touch something, feels soft. You see something pleasant, you go for the movies. That exposure to experience will generate an initial, right, chemical reaction. When you step into a space, naturally, if you step into the cold, there's a natural sensation. That's emotion. just by being exposed to an experience. When that experience, the time frame is over, when the movie is over, when you finish eating the food and you've left the restaurant, okay? When you walk away, when what happened has ended, and then you walk away, the conclusions, the stories you tell about what just happened, whether they are pleasant or not, because now you want to store it in memory, so that whenever that thought of that place or that thing comes again, the thoughts will come up and rise up with the same feelings. So you store both feelings and thoughts in the memory bank. So if you think about Sydney, Australia, if you've been there before, you're not physically there, you've been there before. The next time you think about it, the reaction that will come, the thoughts and the reaction that is created when through your thoughts and imagination and memory, that was what you stored. Okay? And those are your conclusions about the experience, about the place. So feelings are the permanent thoughts and emotions we store in our memory from what we have experienced. This is what people walk away. When they leave you and the next time they think about you, how do you make them feel is tied to the memory they had when they experienced you. And this is more lasting. So 5 years later, when they remember coming to your event, when they remember that program, it's like when you go back to when you graduated from school. Whatever you felt, that sense of fulfillment when you graduated from university and you threw your cap, it may be 20 years ago, it may be 30 years ago, right? But today, you can open that memory bank and out will come both the thoughts and the feelings, and you experience reactions again in the moment based on the memory you stored from what experience. So here's what I'm trying to say. When people, okay, experience you, okay, and you deliver memorable experiences that is pleasant, if that experience is deep enough, okay, not fleeting, because many people are delivering things people cannot even remember. After 24 hours, they're like, I don't know what that newsletter said. I don't know whether they invested an hour in it, but a day after they've forgotten. But when you provide a deeper resource, they will store it in memory banks. This is what people move away with, and this is the lasting result of your work. It's not just you, it's the memories created. When people say, I went to this concert, I went to that concert. Listen, the concert may be a month ago, but when they're telling their friends, oh my, I went to this concert, it was so fantastic. I did this, I did. The stories that emerge from within them about that experience, you can influence it. You can influence it so that they never forget. Because many people experience things now, we don't even remember tomorrow. You scrolled, right? You don't remember tomorrow. It didn't have any lasting impact. So if you're going to have lasting impact, transformation, results, what I'm challenging you to do is go deeper to deliver something memorable that even when they walk away from you, a day later, 2 days later, a week later, they're still talking about it. A year later, they're still referring to it. 5 years later, they're saying, Toyin, I came for your first event. Are you still having those events? 5 years later, people are still asking for an experience they had 5 years ago. That's it. Because every time they remember, right, what you did for them or how they experienced it, they're like, I want that again. I want that again. Please transport me to that again. Please. And the person, and they will tune to the person who delivered that result. That's why you become memorable. You become an activator of dreams, hopes, and aspiration. Because they've gone 5 years, they've never seen anybody do what you did for them. They're coming back to you. By the way, this is what you can influence. You can absolutely invest time, energy, and resources into creating something impactful, memorable that 5, 10 years after the world still remembers. In fact, they made so much memory with their kids. They say, oh, when I got married, you become a reference point in their realities and their journey of life, their life story. Oh, I remember it was when we lived in this that we went there. Do you remember when we went to that store? That store that did this store that did that? Yes, I remember. I just had a baby then. The baby was this. Do you remember we stopped by when we were going to uncle this? You become a story they pass down to their children. This is the opportunity we have. When you become a part of somebody's life story and forever they remember that when they were this, you did that. They went here, they saw this, and they're like, nostalgia. I wish this could come back again. You have that opportunity, you have that power. I tell you, you do. Don't waste it. Many people will say deliver low value things. People don't. You just wait. Like, listen, you do all the work, you put it out there. Nobody remembers. It's not lasting. They walk away to the next experience. Right? People are looking for lasting impact and results. Let's consider that. Okay, let me keep moving. Behaviors. You see, patterns of thoughts and actions. This is now when you start combining. Okay, because the consistent way of thinking leads to consistent way of actions. When it's a pattern, it's pre-programmed. Patterns of thoughts and actions pre-programmed as acceptable and generates outcomes of the human reality. People behave, right? Every day, this is what they do. They wake up, they do this, they do this, this. Nothing has interrupted it. And over years, right? Shaped over years and set by both beliefs and mindset. You can download this, by the way. I usually like to print. So imagine from a pro, I used to be a programmer. So let me explain what this using programming language. When the mind has said, when these types of thoughts, if when this happens, do that. When I'm hungry, go to the fridge. When I'm hungry, go to this place. When these thoughts emerge, when this sensation, when you are cold, get a blanket. Okay? When you are sad, do right? Is that there are certain things as humans that happen daily, often, that the mind doesn't want to do too much work thinking about. When you wake up, brush your teeth. When you wake up, check your phone. When you wake up, right? Hug your loved one. If you do certain things enough times, the mind will say, you know what, we've done it enough times. I don't want to think about this. Let's make it on autopilot. When this happens, do that. When you pass through here, comb your hair. When you pass here, look at the mirror. Is that now these are the pre-programmed, if this, then that. Those are the behaviors that people just repeat as patterns. When you wake up, eat breakfast, go to school. When you wake up, eat breakfast. By this time, go to the office. Timed, right? Is that when things are repeated, the mind just moves it and programs it in such a way and puts it on repeat. So you find out that when you now want to get people to change behavior, it takes more effort to break that programming, right? Because if this, then that, there are triggers in the body that the body responds to. Okay? Why am I saying this? Realize that if ultimately the transformation you want to deliver requires people to change behavior, you have to start priming them with new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, and new ways of behavior. So, for example, I would tell entrepreneurs, listen, if you're an employee, you have a lot of time. You can waste your time on social media. You can do everything you want on social media. There are no consequences for those behavior. But the moment you become an entrepreneur, time management, behavior must change. You cannot keep behaving like an employee when you're an entrepreneur. Right? So this is direct challenge to change behavior. And you have to tell them why they need to change and the consequences of not changing. But you have to repeat this several times because they are fighting themselves. They are fighting old patterns of behavior, thoughts. It's so deep. And so even we, the patience you must have sometimes in transformation is that ultimately, if behavior has to change to gain the results, People are not going to gain the result because behavior, action creates result. And so when action and behavior is frozen, part of transformation is to offer them truths, challenge, motivation to change behavior. Give them tips, give them highlights. This is why I have mindset programs in my school, emotional intelligence, spiritual psychology. We go to the heart of the matter because no matter what you teach people, no matter what you share, no matter what you say to them, if they don't break the patterns of behavior, results does not emerge. New results does not emerge. They won't see those results. So I challenge you to go deeper and tell, right? Give them tools, give them, arm them with enough things that they can fight. Because there is a fight to break the programming. If this, then this, if this, then right, to start breaking it and gaining control. That's why the power of the emotional intelligence. That's why I said gain this, watch this, access this first, go back, come back again, and you will understand this better and see that for your clients and your customers, part of the struggle, why they are not taking action, why they are not buying, why they are not investing, is that if they've never behaved in this way before, there's no programming to support new actions. There's no reasoning. There's no reasoning. There's no data bank. There are no thoughts upon which they can start acting upon. We act on thoughts, right? Thoughts create feelings and emotions. Remember, memory, the memory bank, they might even feel like 20, 25 years ago, but you are trying to say, okay, challenge them. Your dreams, hopes, and aspiration, pursue them. But they're like, no, the last time I did this, it gave them this feeling. That's memory speaking. You have to give people new insights in terms of how they can handle their own behavior. Behavior are more lasting. Okay, so let's keep going. Two more on this page, and then we'll go to the next slide. Decisions, thoughts extracted from the conclusions. I call them stories, the stories we tell. We extract it from real and imagined experience. Listen, you can close your eyes, imagine something that didn't happen, and you can decide, oh, you're going to block it, or you're going to stop it, or oh, you don't want that to happen. So people can make a decision by based on things that really happened and things that they don't want to happen, they don't want to see happen. These are fears, doubts, is that anxiety comes out of this, right? Where people are just imagining what they think something is going to happen and they don't want it to happen and they feel they cannot make it happen, and people are locked in, right? So people make decisions not to buy, or to buy to avoid pain, or to get closer, right? But usually people do things to avoid pain. Thoughts extracted from conclusions, extracted from real and imagined experiences. They are the selected pathways, instructions, and directions to the human mind and body on actions to take. E.g., it could be to move forward, do nothing, or retreat. This is people's attempts to walk around an obstacle, to navigate life. Okay? When you get to a junction, you're driving a car. Should I turn right or should I turn left? You have to make a decision. When people don't make a decision, they get stuck. Okay? Turn right, turn left. When people don't make a decision, they get stuck. Part of impacting people, transformation, is helping people make better decisions on their journey. This is where a roadmap, my school, the roadmap to business growth and success, is that on your journey to business growth and success, what do I do first? Do I brand? How do I market? How do I create my sales plan, marketing plan, lead generation? People have all these thoughts flying, but you have to decide, what am I going to do every single day, step by step, a pathway. So part of transformation, I've seen this with my student, is when you give people a roadmap, right? A guide, instruction to the mind that makes them be able to navigate realities in a smoother way, where they're not eating dead ends, right? Where they're not eating spots where they're confused and say, I don't know if I should turn right, or I don't know how to turn left. Is that part of decision is going to determine the next course of action. When you want people to invest in your offer, invest in your programming, actually part of the information you have to deliver is helping them to make a decision. Without making a decision, people do not take action. When people are still confused, they do not take action. When people doubt, they do not take action. When people are afraid, they tend to move away, not move forward, right? So decisions could be to move forward, to lean in, to take the offer. Some people will back out, not take the offer. Some people will do nothing and just walk away without any thoughts in their mind. They just move. And usually, when there is no impact, people don't make decisions. This is why impact is important, is that when you positively impact people's lives and they process that experience, typically, if you give them a call to action, they are going to likely, right, respond positively. The reason is because there's a science to it. We move towards what we like, what we want, what we desire, what is pleasant, what makes us feel good, right? We go closer. We enjoy things. When we enjoy things, we're like more, more, more. Humans want more and more and more and more, more and more and more of experiences that are delightful. Okay? Now, if they encounter a barrier from getting what they want, all of a sudden they have to decide, do they invest? If it's going to take more energy, do they invest? So every point in time when new action needs to be taken, they have to decide, should I keep going? Can I bear this? Is this going to unlock greater success for me? More delicious things? Yes, yes, yes. So they keep going forward until they embark and encounter something that go, okay, enough, right? So I always say that to the level of desire is to the level of energy, resource investment people can put into transformation. Okay? Because the more elevated resources and experiences we want, when you want to rise higher into higher levels of success, they become more expensive, they become more energy intensive, right? Is that many people give up at a certain level simply because they are tired, they are depleted, they don't have more energy. And so part of transformation is to keep giving people motivation, right? Your ability to motivate people not to give up, to keep going, not to give up, to keep going is also part of impact. Many people would have given up if not for inspiration. When you keep showing up, when you keep encouraging them, you don't know how many people didn't give up because of you. And so part of encouraging people to make better decisions is true, right? Inspiration. Okay, because when there's no inspiration, people are tired, people are energy depleted, they are restless, they might just walk away and go off and forget. Right? So you have to, so some of the resources you need to be giving and delivering to your stakeholders is to encourage them to keep dreams alive, keep hopes alive, not to give up on their dreams, and to let them know you're here if they need help, right? To keep inspiring them and encouraging them and letting them know how you can help them arrive better, right? That's part of this journey as well. Okay. And then action. Everybody wants action. You want people to buy, do this, show up, tune in, invest, fly in. Trust me, people fly halfway around the world to participate in my events. We all want action, but I tell you, nobody takes action without going through all of these things we just talked about. Thinking about it, considering the cost, considering the time, allocating time, prioritizing this. Is this going to help? There's a lot of internal journey that people go through before they step out to go take external journey. So everything the body does in response to the thoughts as directions and the energy, kinetic energy generated by the human mind. Everything that you see people doing, whether they're scrolling, they're liking, they're sharing, they're showing up, they're listening, they're paying attention, they're taking notes, they're doing their assignment. Anytime the body's, when we talk about mobility, anytime the body shows up, watches a movie, downloads this, right? Mobility is because it is the final destination, the final manifestation of all the internal processes that has gone in, that started with thoughts, mindset, belief system, right, identity, emotions, right, decisions, feelings, right. It lands on, okay, I'm willing to take the action. It requires prioritization, urgency, right, all of these things. And finally they're like, okay, I'm gonna do it now. Okay, good. So now what does this mean? What this means is, this next template is anytime you want to plan um an experience, you want to send out a newsletter, you want to create a program, you want to launch a new resource, I want you to consider this. And I've put here before, during, after. I want you to start asking yourself, before they read my newsletter, what's going on in their mind? Set the stage. It's a Friday. They're tired, right? They've had a long week. They're ready to chill. They're ready to rest. So they are thinking of what? Fill in the gap. When they see your newsletter in their inbox, I'm just giving an example, or when they see your link, they're on social media, they're scrolling and they see your link or they see your post, right? Or they come into your office or they see your ad. Whenever they see whatever you put out there for people to see, they might be doing something before and thinking a certain thought, oh, bills to pay, kids have to go to school, all of that. Those are always flying in the minds of people. When they see it and they start reading and start experiencing you, what thoughts did you want them to experience? You have to be sensitive, you have to be very careful, because this is the manufacturing the fabric of reality. Manifestation is that you are now trying to introduce new thoughts into their being. Those thoughts, how will it make them feel? What reaction will it create in them? Will it make them excited? Would you get their attention? Would it make them think? Write it down. And then after, what do they walk away with? What new thoughts? That was interesting. I didn't know that. Or do they just go, oh, I'm done? Right? Or do they go, I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to read more. I want to read more. Let me search this person, right? Do they start doing research to learn more about the topic you just exposed them, right? So because the right thoughts can immediately lead to new action. Oh, wow, I've never heard this before. Let me go on Google. Interesting. This guy has something to say. This lady has something to say. This guy has introduced me to new thoughts. I'll take note of that. Think about the effect you have on mindset. Maybe some people's mind are set on, I'm done for today, or I don't want to invest, or I'm tired. Whatever it is, put it down. Before, during, what are you going to shift in their mindset? After, what would anything change in them? So go down this: beliefs, emotions, feelings, behaviors, decisions, action. Go through that and start saying, okay, what do you want to influence and impact in all of these things? If you want to impact beliefs, right? Maybe somebody has lack of confidence and they feel that they cannot speak publicly. And you create a newsletter and says, gain the confidence to speak in front of a crowd. You just deliver that message to somebody that does not believe. They want to speak in front of the crowd, but they don't have the confidence. And here you are saying, gain the confidence to speak in front of the crowd. And they're like, okay, doing it, they're like hopeful. Maybe this person will really teach me how to speak in front of a crowd. After, do you leave them hanging or do you deliver on your promise? Feelings. What type of memory do you want to create? Lasting memory, fleeting memory? Think about someone who has a child okay, that they're trying to go get into maybe high school or university, okay, and they're feeling a little bit frustrated, like, what do we do? What do we do? And then suddenly they encounter some form of resource that says, are your kids transitioning into college, right? Learn what to do when your kids are transitioning into college, and you give them a list, a checklist. Boom, 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 boom. The person will walk away with, thank you so much. That's exactly what I needed. You saved me confusion, right? I'm being dramatic. That's what I want you to do with this, okay? So, for those who want one on one support beyond these classes, you want us to go deeper and map out for your business or your programs or your platform, this is applicable to everything that you want other people to invest energy, resources, time into. So it's not just product and services. This is about impact, transformation, results we want to deliver through several means. It could be a conversation, it could be newsletters, it could be an event, it could be a product or a service, on and on and on. Is that this method allows you to engage with people, humans, in a more H to H, heart to heart, mind to mind way that is not just about selling a product and a service, but really creating memorable memories and relationships that continues to yield greater results now and into the future. So God bless you. This is Coach Toyin. Encourage the people you care about to also take this class. It's life changing, and I encourage you to go through this several times after you've gone through the human design class and also the bonus classes on sales. And then the Entrepreneurs Academy contains the 10-week accelerator program. Listen, the school is packed with great resources that serves as a stepping stone for those who want to go into greater heights of success. Such an honor to deliver this level of impact and transformation and results in the world. God bless you. Bye for now.